Welcome back, gamers and game developers. In the last video, we covered some of the most essential game development terms, and today, we are taking it to the next level with part 2. From analytics to business strategies, we'll dive into terms that every developer needs to know to make their game a success. Let's get started. FTUE. FTUE stands for First Time User Experience. This refers to the way a game introduces itself to new players. It's all about making a great first impression by teaching players the mechanics, controls, and story in an engaging way. In Super Mario Bros., the first level is a perfect FTUE without saying a word. The game teaches you to move, jump, and avoid enemies just through its design. It's a masterclass in onboarding. LTV, or lifetime value, measures how much revenue a single player brings to your game over their entire journey. It's like calculating the total contribution of a player to your game's revenue, from the moment they start playing to the day they leave. Imagine you have a player, Alex, who spends $5 on their first day and $15 over the next 3 months. Alex's LTV is $20. It's that simple. Understanding LTV helps you figure out how much you can spend on acquiring new players while still making a profit. Retention rate. Retention rate measures how many players keep coming back to your game after playing it for the first time. It's often tracked over specific periods, like day 1, day 7, and day 30. A game with a 50% day 7 retention rate means half the players who started playing are still engaged after a week. This is a key indicator of how sticky your game is. IAP. IAP stands for in-app purchases. These are items or upgrades that players can buy directly within the game, such as skins, boosts, or additional levels. Imagine you're playing a racing game, and after winning a few races, you want to upgrade your car. The game offers you an option to purchase a car upgrade pack for $3, which gives you better speed and handling for your car. By making this purchase, you get a competitive advantage in the game. This is an example of an in-app purchase, where players can buy items to improve their experience or progress in the game. ARPU. ARPU, or average revenue per user, includes paying and non-paying players. It's calculated by dividing total revenue by the number of active players. If a game earns $1,000 in a month and has 500 active players, the ARPU is $2. This metric helps gauge overall revenue performance. ARPPU. ARPPU measures how much money, on average, each paying player spends in your game. It's a great way to understand the spending habits of your most dedicated players. If 10 players spend a total of $200 in a game, the ARPPU would be $20. This metric helps developers fine-tune their pricing strategy for in-app purchases. DAU. DAU stands for Daily Active Users. This measures the number of unique players who log into your game each day. It's a key metric for understanding daily engagement. If your game has 10,000 DAU, it means 10,000 unique players are logging in every day to play, whether it's for 5 minutes or 5 hours. MAU. MAU, or Monthly Active Users, is similar to DAU but tracks engagement over an entire month. Comparing DAU and MAU can show how consistently players are engaging with your game. If your game has 300,000 MAU but only 10,000 DAU, it might mean players are logging in less frequently, and there's room to improve daily engagement. F2P. F2P, or free-to-play, refers to games that are free to download and play but make money through ads or in-app purchases. Games like Candy Crush and Clash of Clans are F2P. They make money by offering optional purchases for extra moves, lives, or boosts. F2P conversion rate. F2P conversion rate measures how many free players end up spending money in your game. A higher conversion rate means more free players are becoming paying users. If 1,000 people download your game and 100 of them make a purchase, your F2P conversion rate is 10%. Tracking this helps refine monetization strategies. CTR. CTR, or click-through rate, measures how many people click on an ad or link compared to how many people saw it. It's key for advertising campaigns. If an ad is shown to 1000 people and 50 click on it, the CTR is 5%. A high CTR usually means your ad is engaging and relevant. CPI. CPI stands for cost per install and is the cost of acquiring one player through advertising. This metric helps developers understand the ROI of their marketing campaigns. If a campaign costs $500 and results in 250 installs, the CPI is $2 per player. Lowering CPI while maintaining quality is a big challenge for developers. Alpha testing. Alpha testing is the first phase of testing where a game is checked for bugs and feedback by internal teams or a small group of trusted players. The game is still rough at this stage. Think of alpha testing as the dress rehearsal before the big show. Developers playtest the game to find major bugs and refine core mechanics before moving to beta. Beta testing. Beta testing comes after alpha and involves a larger group of players, often including the public. This is when developers gather feedback on gameplay, balance, and performance. Fortnite's early access period was essentially a beta test, allowing Epic Games to gather feedback from millions of players and improve the game before its full release. And that wraps up part 2 of our Game Development Glossary. Today, we covered terms that dive deeper into player analytics, monetization, and testing. These concepts are vital for creating and managing successful games. Which term was new to you? Or, is there a specific keyword you'd like us to include in part 3? Drop your suggestions in the comments below. And don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe so you won't miss part 3, where we'll explore even more essential terms. See you next time.